It's good to have you back. Let's bring you this now. The Western Cape government thinks it's found an innovative way to support municipalities' attempts to get electricity. It will be launching an electricity wheeling toolkit. So let's hear more about this, possible uses of this toolkit with the provincial minister within the Western Cape for Infrastructure in the province. Tertuis Simmers joins me right now, and thank you so much for your time. A good afternoon to you. Quite interesting to hear about some of the ways, the innovative ways I have to say, to ensure that you further support municipalities' attempts to get electricity. Take us through the toolkit.
Thank you, and good afternoon to Melo, good afternoon to the viewers. Indeed, to Melo, the wheeling toolkit was formally launched earlier this week. It is live and up and running already. This is a high-level toolkit, and it features step-by-step third-party wheeling implementation guides for all our municipalities. It assists them by providing them with spreadsheets to assist each municipality to also set fair tariffs for electricity wheeling through their distribution systems or network. We also provide them through the toolkit with standardized templates for necessary agreements with third parties, be they commercial generators or even private consumers who at the moment are also generating their own energy through solar and other alternatives. But we have also done the development of this toolkit in conjunction with specialist service providers who advised us, also with industry bodies, municipalities, and private sector stakeholders, which ultimately has emanated in the toolkit, which we launched earlier this week, and all our municipalities already have access to it.
Yeah, and I understand that it's also all part of the Western Cape, or rather the Municipal Energy Resilience Initiative, all in support of municipalities. How does this wheeling toolkit further improve on economic growth as well as the financial stability of the municipalities?
Well, two key components of the wheeling toolkit is that, first of all, from an economic perspective, it ensures that when investors wish to engage or invest in some of our municipalities, and obviously with energy being at the forefront of all of our minds, but also it's also an hindrance to when there's not clarity on how they can engage our municipalities. So it's firstly to provide clarity in that regard. It's also to ensure that there's price clarity and price guidance for those businesses and commercial electricity consumers who now wish to ultimately utilize the wheeling mechanism in that municipality. But it's also an incentive for investment, noting that when there's energy certainty into the future, that an investor is more willing to actually invest in municipalities. The biggest question over the last 18 months that we have observed and done the modeling together with George Municipality, Overstrand Municipality, and even City of Cape Town as well, is to ensure that we address the issue of revenue concerns which municipalities did flight with us during that period, noting that bulk electricity sales is a fair portion of municipalities' balance sheets at the moment. So ultimately, it is structuring the charged fees to ensure that the revenue generated from wheeling is revenue neutral in terms of third-party wheelings between municipalities and these private sectors, even private consumers, to ensure that the rules and tariffs are utilized in such a way that it is revenue neutral. It will ensure that it does not supersede or surpass, the NERSA, the wheeling tariffs as such as well. But also it ensures that we ultimately, through the municipalities, open up the wheeling market to the public, because the private sector are already playing a massive role. It's to open up the market and provide clarity in that regard as well, with a surety to local municipalities in the Western Cape that it will not affect their balance sheets into the future.
Do you also foresee more consumers in municipalities reducing their reliance on Eskom through this initiative?
Well, the data at our disposal over the last 24 months has already shown that between the private sector and those households who could afford the installation of solar PVs and other forms of alternative energy was in excess of 3 billion rand just in the Western Cape. So indeed, there is a market, and we are seeing more and more individuals and banking institutions availing access to credit facilities for their users and their customers to incentivize them to move towards alternative energy. So there is a change in the energy market, a change which we believe in the Western Cape we can further incentivize, but also further play a facilitative role as the provincial government in support of our local governments where this is happening as we speak.
Then, Tertius, I mean, how important are these innovative solutions just in terms of your attempts to mitigate the energy crisis that we find ourselves under in South Africa?
Now, we do believe in the Western Cape, it's very, very important, noting that with energy uncertainty into the future, which is a massive hindrance to our growth for job strategy, and it will have an impact if we did not intervene with a Premier making his announcement of the Energy Council and our own plans to make the Western Cape less reliant on Eskom, being well aware that the bulk of our municipalities have got municipal grid. So it was then to take all of this data, focus it, to ensure that in the Western Cape, our citizens and those investors who seek to invest in our province, which will obviously unlock more job opportunities, have certainty, at least when they focus on the Western Cape, that our local governments as key partners in driving the G4J success at local government level provides that surety, but also there's less red tape for them when they do want to engage in terms of wheeling, in terms of selling the excess energy which they do produce into the municipal grid at a fair tariff, obviously, to benefit all citizens in that local municipality.
And we'll leave it there, and I appreciate you speaking to us about this wheeling toolkit. Western Cape Minister, Provincial Minister, that is for infrastructure in the province, Tertuis Simmers, thank you so much for your time this afternoon.